I'm going to give you 4 countries to be paranoid about. You have Islam, we have Israel, then we have China, and we have Russia. Where does your paranoia lie the most for the next 10 years with these 4 different countries as well as Islam?
I don't see Islam as a threat to the United States. Islam is the only thing on this list that's not a nation state.
It is.
It's a religion.
That's right.
I'm not worried about a religion.
Dalam sebuah podcast yang kini ramai diperbincangkan, mantan perwira intelijen CIA Andrew Bustamante diminta mengurutkan ancaman terbesar bagi Amerika dalam 10 tahun ke depan. Pilihannya bukan sedikit. Ada China, ada Rusia, ada Israel, bahkan Islam juga dimasukkan ke dalam daftar. Banyak orang mungkin sudah bisa menebak jawabannya. Islam pasti berada di urutan pertama. Namun yang terjadi justru membuat pembawa acara sendiri terlihat terkejut. Bukan hanya karena Islam ditempatkan di posisi paling bawah, tetapi juga karena alasan yang ia berikan menghancurkan narasi yang selama ini terus diulang oleh media Barat. Lalu, apa sebenarnya yang ia katakan? Dan mengapa pengakuan ini membuat banyak orang mulai mempertanyakan, siapa sebenarnya yang selama ini mereka takuti? Mari kita simak sampai akhir.
I'm going to give you 4 countries to be paranoid about. Which of them would you give the biggest percentage all the way to the smallest? So you have these 4 categories. You have Islam.
Okay.
So within Islam, we have IRGC, Qatar, just include all of them. We have Israel, because you know Israel is also coming up a lot of different places. Then we have China and we have Russia. Where does your paranoia lie the most for the next 10 years with these 4 different countries as well as Islam? Just rank them in order and give like 45% would be Islam, 25 would be this.
Yeah, so China takes the massive chunk of pie for me. China is the #1 strategic threat to the United States.
What did you put on China?
50%.
Okay.
Islam, I gave 5%. I'm not worried about Islam. There are other countries that need to worry about Islam, but we're not one of them. Russia, I gave 20%, and then Israel, I gave 25%. So I am actually saying we should be more paranoid of Israel than Russia.
And Islam, 5 times Islam.
5 times Islam.
Let's start off with Islam first and then we'll go to Israel. Why did you put Islam the lowest out of all of them at 5%?
I don't see Islam as a threat to the United States. And that's what I was seeing it as. Paranoid to me, right? What am I paranoid? It's not Islam. Islam is it's difficult for them to reach us with any significance. When they reach us, it's difficult for them to bypass our security systems, whether they're cybersecurity systems, police systems, border security systems, etc. Meanwhile, Israel actually has the ability to drag us into all sorts of shit that actually does impact us. We are all paying more money for oil right now because of Israel. We are all suffering under an international outcry against American leadership because of Israel. The whole world questions whether or not the President of the United States is even making his own decisions or whether he's the puppet of Israel. So Israel has an incredible ability to frustrate and put us in quagmire that Islam just doesn't have.
Okay, so what's the worst thing that Israel could do to us? Go a little further. So because you put 25%, that's a real threat. You put it bigger than Russia and Islam. So what are some things they could do to us?
So I'm not worried about Israel sending a bomb into New York. If that's what you're worried about, we're worried about different things. Israel could easily launch a false flag operation that sends us into a war. They can have an Israeli who poses as a Palestinian, who goes in and causes some kind of crazy shit in Syria, and now all of a sudden the entire United States is engaged in Syria because of something that Israel set up as a false flag. And that is something that the Mossad does all the time. They do it very well, very eloquently. They already selectively share intelligence with the United States, and the reason you selectively share intelligence is to create the opportunity for misdirection or malintent. So Israel's already involved in these kinds of operations at a very high success rate. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about them backstabbing the United States. I'm concerned about them undermining our national interests. I'm concerned about them choosing, like they did with Iran, to escalate rhetoric about a certain issue that's more important to them than it is to us, that then goes on to affect us.
Disinilah percakapan mulai berubah arah. Sang pembawa acara kembali membawa contoh yang sudah sangat sering digunakan ketika membahas Islam. Ia menyinggung imigrasi di Eropa, kasus kriminal yang melibatkan sebagian pelaku Muslim hingga kemenangan politisi Muslim di New York. Narasi seperti ini tentu bukan hal baru. Dan menariknya, mantan pejabat intelijen itu justru menolak cara berpikir tersebut. Ia mengatakan sesuatu yang sederhana tetapi sangat mendasar. Islam adalah agama, bukan negara. Karena itu, menurutnya, tidak tepat jika agama dibandingkan dengan negara-negara yang memiliki kekuatan militer, operasi intelijen, kemampuan cyber, hingga strategi geopolitik. Dengan kata lain, ia menilai ancaman seharusnya diukur dari kemampuan nyata suatu aktor dalam mempengaruhi kepentingan nasional sebuah negara, bukan dari identitas agama yang dianut seseorang. Pernyataan ini tentu bisa memicu perdebatan.
Then the infiltration of Islam, some say, to EU and what's happening to a lot of those countries, UK, Germany, you're seeing it all over the place. And to the point where Rupert Lowe did a paper, the 250,000, stories of girls being raped in UK, 87% being Pakistanis and Muslims. And then seeing what's going on in the US right now with New York City, Mamdani wins, history, individuals that also won. So that's not going into the financial capital of the world in the States. Do you have any concern of they're infiltrating the United States in the future?
So here, this is another thing I think is very interesting, right? Islam is the only thing on this list that's not a nation state.
It is.
It's a religion.
That's right.
I'm not worried about a religion. I'm worried about people, and people identify sometimes as a religion. But it's interesting to me that we're actually weighing nation-state threats against religious threats. So when we talk about Islamic people in New York, I don't see them as a threat just because of what they believe. That goes against American values. I see threats as nation-states and transnational threats that self-identify, like Al-Qaeda, right? So I don't see Islam and Islamic people as a threat.
But if you notice, I put it as, consider it being IRGC, which is all the proxies, and consider Qatar, which Qatar is funding a lot of different things in the States. If we were to qualify that way, would your opinion change?
Possibly. I think it would change in how the number breaks down based on what we qualify.
But break that down from the Israel standpoint. So you put 25% Israel threat and you're paranoid about them. What are different things that they can do to harm us? Israel
can hack into our cyber systems. They can hack into our core water, power grid, you name it. I mean, China has hacked into our personnel records for the military. Israel is far more capable than China is in terms of cyber capability. They learn their cyber capability from us. They can rent their cyber capability from Russia. So when we talk about cyber attacks, space-based attacks, when we talk about influence campaigns, propaganda campaigns, the top of the list of capability is Israel. It's not all strapping bombs and flying in planes. It's much more sophisticated. It's sophisticated enough that they can cross a border into an enemy country and launch drones, right? We underestimate Israel's capability constantly. I don't know how many times you have to see pagers blow up before you realize Israel's far more capable than we believe they are.
Do you see them as an ally?
I see them as a country that is out for their own best national interests. And when you align with that, you're on their good side. And when you don't align with that, you're not.
Is it specific to Bibi or Israel, period?
I think it's both, but Bibi has taken it to the next level because of the corruption issues that he's also stuck in. There are multiple intelligence surveys out there that talk about how Israel cannot be trusted as an ally to the extent that, say, France or Italy or...
Apapun pandangan politik seseorang, satu hal sulit untuk disangkal. Ketika seorang mantan pejabat intelijen Amerika secara terbuka mengatakan bahwa Islam bukan ancaman utama bagi negaranya, setidaknya ada satu narasi lama yang mulai dipertanyakan. Selama bertahun-tahun, banyak orang mengenal Islam bukan dari Al-Quran, bukan dari akhlak umatnya, melainkan dari potongan berita, konflik, dan pemberitaan yang terus berulang. Lalu bagaimana menurut kalian? Apakah dunia selama ini terlalu mudah mengaitkan Islam dengan rasa takut? Ataukah kita memang perlu mulai membedakan antara ajaran sebuah agama dan tindakan segelintir manusia? Tuliskan pendapat kalian di kolom komentar.